Hey, good to have you back. Okay, what we're going to look at today is lateral scales, scales played horizontally across the fretboard, diatonic scales, meaning like a C major scale. Uh, we're just going to travel across the fretboard in that way. And we're going to connect the fretboard one string at a time with triads on one string set. So here's a C major triad right here in front of us on this diagram, and I'm going to play what's sitting on that diagram. We have the second inversion C major, and then the root position, and then the first inversion, and back to the second inversion. All right. So I'm just going to play that the natural notes on the first string. You can shift on fret at fret 5, right? Makes a nice clean transition, fret 5 and fret 10. Then we connect those scale notes with the triads. Watch. Now we could give each of those chords, if we stopped and just listen to the chords that are there, we can give them each a name. C major, obviously. C sus or C sus4. And again, just C major in root position. And then C6. C major 7. And then C in first inversion, and then C add 9, and then C second inversion, and then the sus, like we had down in an octave lower, 6. All right. Now, I can't overemphasize how important it is to be able to do this, to be able to connect chords not as chord pictures, but as inversions. Now, I'm sure you know what an inversion is, but in case you don't, here's an example of an inversion written in notation. We take the bottom note, so we have a root position chord here, meaning that our root is in the lowest voice, C, E, G, and then we take that lowest voice, we put it up an octave, and now we have E, G, and C. Take the lowest voice again, put it up an octave. For our second inversion, we have G, C, E, and the bottom note up an octave. Now we have again C, E, G, root position, only an octave higher than where we started. And that's exactly what we're doing with the triads across the fretboard, horizontally across the fretboard. Now we're just going to take a look at the second string set and the lateral scale on the second string. Again, shifts at 5 and 5 and 10. Great shifting exercise as well. You know, I mean, that's not what we're talking about right now, but shifting is really important. Never shift with your wrist. Just don't do that, right? You're shifting with the joints at your elbow and your shoulder. Okay, and now the triads, and in this case we're at the bottom of the page, and the first triad's first inversion, and then second inversion, position, and then back down we go. A great exercise is to start working through different pathways on string sets 1 and 2, for instance. So I'm mixing up the string set 1 and 2. Okay, now with our lateral scale on string set 2. Now we can give each one of those a name as well. Let's how about this one, like C add 2 or add 9, C sus, C6, major 7, and root. Okay, you can hear that. Now you can mix up the pathways with the string lateral scales as well. First and second string lateral scales. There's lots of different ways you can go. You get the idea, right? Okay, so the first thing to do is learn the lateral scales. Remember your shifting is at fret 5 and fret 10, and then do that on the 2 strings, and then take some time to really get these these triads underneath your fingers. This becomes truly polyphonic, harmonic guitar playing, where you are thinking chordally and thinking melodically, thinking single notes and chords at the same time, simultaneously. And if you've heard any great players, you'll see that and hear that's what they're doing. Single note lines are really fun. But if it's only single note lines, then it starts to, why not play saxophone? But we're not playing a saxophone. We have a lap piano here, and triads, generally speaking, have been neglected, and so we don't want to neglect our triads. Okay. This is the first in a little series of connecting the triads with lateral scales across the fretboard. This is by no means going to be comprehensive. You can, of course, go to string set 3, right, and string set 4, and so on, right? And repeat exactly the same thing. And I would suggest you do that. Okay, I think that's all for today. I hope that gives you an indication of where we're going to go. Naturally, this will lead to making music on the guitar, and which is what we're trying to do. This is not a licks session. It's understanding how the instrument works. All right, great. Thanks for stopping by. See you soon.